is Thomas Fischer. I'm a professor here at the University of Liverpool in the Department of Geography and Planning. In the second half of the 1990s, we started a collaboration with the World Health Organization. At one point they said, why don't we try and formalize this a bit? So I made an application for a World Health Organization collaborating center on health and impact assessments. And well, we received the status. And that was the reason why I was invited here to talk about my activities. For various reasons, decision makers say, this isn't really working. What they really mean is, we don't want to act on the advice given, so we need something else. And then there's a period where they say, we need some research. We need to find out what will work better. And what's behind it is the uneasiness with actually having to or trying to react to a problem. And if some policymakers, some people don't like the solution that is being proposed, that is on the table, then that's how they try to overcome that problem, buy a bit of time. If you engage with policymakers, you really need to look at the stakeholders that are involved in the policy process, for example. And you need to look at them and you say, okay, what is their interest? And then you need to become realistic. Ultimately, it is about compromise. You do need to find solutions that people that may be very opposed to certain ideas, you do need to find a compromise that they may be able to live with it. And you should, of course, never forget why you're doing what you're doing. So I'm doing environmental assessment, and I want to ultimately make development more environmentally sustainable. That's my goal. When I did my PhD on strategic environmental assessment, immediately almost I started engaging with policymakers. At the time they were approaching me because it was a new framework, a new tool. And then I was all happy and excited. And then after a few years I thought, but this hasn't really made any impact. Don't be discouraged, just continue. In policy making, 4 years is nothing. You need to give it at least a decade to really being able to start to see an impact of what you are doing. It takes a long time when you do policy for this to translate into, for example, projects on the ground. It easily takes a decade. I've been doing this for over 3 decades, and I do start seeing a difference, but it takes time.